Okay, I guess we can start now. I'm. This is gonna go on YouTube, but I'm Melody. I have the world record in this category. This is gonna be a free play tutorial, specifically on the PC version. So you'll notice right here, I started Kashyyyk with Genoshin and Yoda, and that's pretty important. And we also, we really need Grievous in this level, so you want to make sure before you start that you have Grievous. A few other things to note. I'll go over the save file for the run. You can get a save file for the PC version on speedrun.com, which is linked. I'll have that linked in the description, but if you're on GameCube and you have to set up the file yourself, you just want to beat all the levels, not New Hope though, just the main levels, and then you want to buy Droideka, Genoshin, Jango Fett, Count Dooku, and Grievous. Those are the characters you need, and you don't want any other characters besides the story ones and those. So yeah, we can get into Kashyyyk now. So we'll start the run here on Kashyyyk because of a really difficult trick. So you want to switch to Dooku and then switch back to Genoshin and fly. And then here, Yoda should be right next to Dooku, so you switch to Yoda, pull lightsaber, and then we're going to Yoda fly. And so, this trick can be pretty difficult. I'm recommending this trick because it's right at the beginning of the run, and it saves around 15 to 20 seconds. But basically, Yoda flying, you want to press A, or B and then A in a rhythm of around 109 beats per minute. So you can get a metronome if you would like to do this trick, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. But it can be helpful for learning the rhythm if you need to learn it. But basically, we're going to Yoda fly up this tree. You want to hold in between down left, and Yoda fly up the tree. And you will gain height, and once you get to a certain part of the tree, we're going to fly back. So I will let you know the visual cue. So right here, I'm about to get on the tree. The visual cue I use is, you see right where Yoda is, the texture starts to warp a bit right here. It gets a little bit darker as well. So that's my visual cue. So now we Yoda fly back and go over here. And now you just want to continue Yoda flying to this tree. And here you just hold pretty much up left. This isn't very precise. And again, just Yoda fly up the tree, and so here, this visual cue, you'll see the texture again changes here. There's a bit of a line on the bottom, and then another one on the top. My visual cue, I use the one on the top, and I Yoda fly just a bit over it. And then we go down right to get through here, and then switch to up to Yoda fly through here. And now we go up left. It can be tricky to maneuver through here, but you just practice the angles. And once you see Yoda go invisible there, you are safe to drop down. And then you just switch back to Genoshin, and that is Yoda fly. You will probably need to practice that trick quite a bit. It is very difficult. But once you're past that, we can just fly across the beach. And now we have our first triple jump of the run. You want to switch to Grievous, and you want to double jump, and then press B to slam, like this, and then switch characters immediately after. It'll give you a lot of height. So we're going to triple jump up here, and then double jump over this, and into the loading zone. Oh yeah, make sure you have invincibility on. It's easy to forget that. It will turn off every time you restart the game. So we just fly through that room, and this room can be a little complicated. So we're going to fly past all these enemies, and we're going to get to about right here and do another triple jump up here, and then another one up here, and then switch back to Genoshin. Get on to around here on this button, not too precise, and then do a triple jump over this gate. And so here we want to ignore those enemies. Oh, I hit a bit of a warp there. You want to do animation cancels here. So you can just kill all these enemies beforehand with animation cancels. And so what that is you shoot and then immediately hit both of the switch buttons. And that will shoot the bullet but cancel the animation of it firing, so you can shoot a lot faster, like this. And so you want to shoot all of these and then take the things out, and then you can just switch to Dooku and force this. And once you're done forcing this, you want to immediately switch to Grievous to set up your character management. So now with Grievous in the diner, you want to switch to your other player, and walk into Ruin, and then just select Genoshin, and now you have Genoshin and Grievous for Ruin. Alright, so in Ruin, we're going to fly through here, switch to the right, and then jump up here, and then force this. Again, we're going to fly through here, and here we want to do a triple jump with Jedi because they actually go lower, and Grievous gets a little too high sometimes. So we stand right here to force these because it stops those guys from shooting us. So you can just fly over here and then switch and force those, and then enter the store. Here we can, again, just ignore the enemies and fly with Genoshin to the end of this room. We're going to stand about right here and then do a triple jump up onto this ledge, and then a double jump onto this weird arm-looking thing. You don't want to go too far because there is an invisible wall that you will clip out of. So you want to just stand, you know, on the edge of it, and then do another triple jump over the wall. And then you can go to the right and then back in, and you'll be inside this door. And you can just switch to Jedi and force this gear. You want to stand about right here, and it will actually stop the enemies from shooting you because they'll be off camera. And so there's Ruin. Alright, here again we want to switch to our other player, and we can actually leave the Jedi on player 2 there, and just switch to Genoshin on our first player. Here there's two strats you can do. You can either fly through this room and go to the end of it, or you can switch to a Jedi immediately and do a drop-in warp here. And so basically what I did is I walked back slightly when the room first started, and I pressed start on player 2, right as player 2 went off the screen. And so that will set up a drop-in warp. And so now player 2 warps to the end of the room like this. And what you want to do after this is walk back and then trigger the loading zone like that. Alright, so right here, this is a pillar clip. This actually saves quite a bit of time. You want to position pretty precisely on pretty much the edge of this pillar, and then force it, and you'll clip into the ceiling. And so, if you do it right, you can clip into the ceiling and use that to actually finish this room a lot faster. So right before it finishes forcing, you want to actually let go. Like this, and then do a double jump over right here, and then just jump into the loading zone for the door. Pretty much just hold up left. You do this room pretty much normal. You want to switch to a Jedi and then get really close to this gas here, and you can actually force this through the gas. And it saves quite a bit. And then we can just finish the room pretty much normally. Alright, and so here we can just fly. This can be a little tricky because Geonosian has a hard time flying up here. But you can just do that. Jump across these. Do a triple jump here. If you get Grievous, you can actually triple jump over to this platform here, but it can be kind of tricky, so. Yeah. Alright, so right here, we're going to drop in player 2, turn off invincibility, and then do animation cancels. And that'll save quite a bit of time on that fight. Alright, and now our characters are set up perfectly for Grievous. So yeah, it works out pretty well. So here to start Grievous, you want to switch and hit Grievous like that, and then switch back to Geonosian. Blow those bombs up, and then triple jump up onto this ledge before the cutscene. That movement can be pretty tricky, but it is very fast. And then triple jump up here and shoot this bomb, shoot this wall, and then force the bomb here. Shoot it. Again, most of your shots you want to animation cancel. It's very important. Like so. It'll save a lot of time. And then just fly down here and switch back to Obi-Wan. Or whatever your Jedi character is. You want to use the Jedi for this. If you have Count Dooku works as well. And you want to just hit Grievous. As soon as he starts moving again, you can hit him. He loses his invulnerability. So you'll see him do that step back. So now he's vulnerable again because he stopped moving. Once he finishes his little recoil animation thing, he is vulnerable again. So yeah, there was Grievous. Now we have Chancellor. Again, it pretty much sets up perfectly. You'll have Grievous on player 2. And you can just enter and then go over to Geonosian. So here we start off with a clip. You want to switch to, you usually get Dooku here, but you want to switch to him and get pretty close to the ship and then just force it and walk forward. And if you get lucky, you'll clip in the floor. It's kind of random. It's really weird, but it is pretty fast. And so you can just walk through the floor and enter the loading zone. Here, you can triple jump up. If you haven't already, you want to turn invincibility back on. This is usually where I turn it back on. Here, switch to Dooku, and now we're going to do a transition skip. So you want to have Dooku out, and then drop in player 2, and then do a jump slash, and pause right next to this loading zone, and then drop out player 1. And once Dooku lands behind the loading zone, drop back in. So now Dooku's behind this loading zone, we can do what's called a 2-player warp, and warp into the Dooku boss room. I won't really get into the technical explanation of that, but basically if Dooku is behind that loading zone, player 2 triggers the loading zone, it will warp you to this room instead. It's a pretty interesting glitch. Here you want to switch to, you usually have Anakin Boy, and you want to get into the corner here, and then switch to Dooku and hold up immediately after you switch, and you'll up clip off of an invisible pixel and into the floor here, and then you can just up clip again and skip the Dooku boss fight. There's another a drop-in warp right here. So you want to switch to like Dooku usually for this one, and just wait until they're off screen and then drop in, and you'll get to the end of this room. Here you want to use Dooku, do another jump / drop out on this loading zone, just like that, and then with player 2 just enter and then drop out, and you'll actually wrong warp into the final room of the level. And now you can fly to the end with Genoshin and then animation cancel to kill all these enemies. And then you want to force this, drop in player 2 and switch to Dooku and force this. And that finishes Chancellor. If you can, you want to switch to Genoshin before the level ends, because it saves quite a bit of time in the diner movement here. Luckily, because this is free play, we don't have to play vehicle levels because they don't have free play. So we won't be playing any auto-scrollers in this run. So now for my route, I go to Dooku, simply because of an RNG issue. There are certain levels where you want Genoshin, Yoda, and Grievous, and getting all 3 of them is pretty much a 50-50 RNG split. So far it's only affected Kashyyyk, which is the first level of the run, and you can just reset and try again if you get bad RNG. But basically we want to try to put the RNG levels earlier in the run. Episode 2 doesn't matter too much because you're gonna have RNG in Camino as well, so it's not exactly a big deal. You're gonna have RNG at the beginning and the end of this episode either way. But I like to start on Dooku for episode 2. Anyway, once you get to the Dooku door, you want to drop in player 2 and then enter, and move player 2 to Yoda. And if you get Grievous, you got good luck. Here, just triple jump. Oh, whoops, I messed that one up. They can be kind of tricky to time. Get onto this mini kit platform, and then triple jump again, and you'll get out of bounds. And you just want to get under the floor here. And then as soon as you're past Dooku, you can switch to Genoshin and start flying, and then just go to the door. Alright, now it's time for our first boy warp, is the name we like to use. Basically, you want to get up against this door and then just switch to Yoda, and you should clip through the door and end the level. That's a wrong warp combined with a door clip, or a boy warp as some people like to call them. But yeah, it's fun stuff. Now with Genoshin, you can just enter Jedi battle, and it doesn't actually matter what your second character is. Here you just want to animation cancel a lot, and then once you're done killing any other enemies, you want to slam the droidicas. Pretty simple. Again, just animation cancel all these. Like so. You should have a Jedi character 2 switches to the right of Genoshin. So It shouldn't be too hard. You can also cancel the end of the slam animation by switching, just like shots. And then once you're done with the pillars, you can just move down to the bottom of the screen. And now we have hide and seek. This is actually not too bad in free play. You just want to find the droids, animation cancel to kill them, and then keep flying around with Geonosian. Like so. And sometimes you might want to turn around to see if they're behind you, like that. Just like that. They can sneak up on you like that. Here we're gonna just keep doing the animation cancels. Kill the enemies, all that. Alright, and then here we want to switch to our Jedi. Walk forward towards this bomb as soon as the transition happens. And then just keep walking forward. As soon as he gets close to the bomb, you can switch back to Geonosian, and the bomb should blow him up. That quick kill isn't too precise. And then just fly into Droid Factory. Droid Factory, you're going to want Yoda, and it actually doesn't matter if you get Grievous or not. So here, I'm going to do this one without Grievous. That's an example of bad RNG. So there, I did a Yoda clip off the door. So basically, you fly to the door, and then you just switch to Yoda. Pretty simple. They're not too difficult in most spots. We can just fly through this room. Here, you just fly into this wall, and you'll actually just float to the top and then hit the door. There's actually no collision there for the wall. Here, just 2 triple jumps. Back to Geonosian. That's that room. And then here we can do another Yoda clip. Again, you just switch to Yoda. Here I use Jedi and Droideka because it can be a little tricky to switch to Geonosian there. And then here, another Yoda clip. Again, all you do is switch to Yoda. Pretty simple. Alright, right here, this Yoda fly is kind of weird, but it shouldn't be too tricky. If you need a little extra height, you can get some off of this little slope. And then just Yoda fly over this lava. Just like that. And then here you want to switch to Dooku, get to the door, and then to Yoda, and you'll clip through the door. Okay, so right here, this can be pretty tricky. You want to get your Jedi, and then get right on the end of this little black line here. And then turn around, back flip, and just keep holding right, and then rapidly switch when you hit the wall. And if you get it just right, you should clip through the wall. So just like that. And so then you clip through here, switch to Geonosian, back to Jedi, and then triple jump on top of this railing. And so that skips most of this room and all those enemies. And you can force these cuffs from up here. And then here, you want to switch to Yoda, and then let the level end. Alright, this level is really tricky. This is a pretty hard level. You're gonna want Grievous here. If you don't get Grievous, it can be kind of tricky. But overall, it's not the biggest deal. But yeah, you do want Grievous here. But basically, you want to get over here and do a double jump off here. It can be kind of weird to time this, but basically just double jump and then triple jump and switch twice to go to Django, because Django will actually move really fast in the air and he'll help you clear this gap. So yeah, and then you can just enter the door. Right here we're gonna do another transition skip to get out of bounds, and then we can use Django and his fast movement speed. You want to walk around this little door part and then hold upright to get under the floor in the main room, and then you can just walk, get under this gate, and then go back to Geonosian, because Geonosian is slightly faster than Jango Fett. You want to get on top of this R2 panel and then do a Yoda clip, and you'll go through the door. And then again, just fly through this room. You want to get to this this little thing on the wall, this white thing, and then walk a little bit past it. Hold up and Yoda clip, and it can be tricky, but if you time it right and have a good angle, can usually get this. Just like that. There. Yeah, this is a tough one. But hopefully doesn't cause too much trouble. Here with invincibility, you can actually just fly through the bombs, all of them. There's a strat here with a Yoda fly and the elevator, but it's really precise and really not worth going for. I won't show it off here, because honestly I'll probably mess it up. You want to wait until he goes through the elevator, or else you'll probably die. There's a weird death plane all over the place here. And you have to wait until he goes through the elevator. You can just triple jump, or even like double jump into the loading zone once you open the door there. And then here, just force this and then use the R2 panel. Sadly, we can't skip this R2 panel because it soft locks this cutscene, but yeah. And then we can enter the boss fight. Here we're gonna do a bunch more animation cancels to do this boss fight pretty fast. Just shoot him as soon as he hits the center of the arena type area. And then just shoot him as soon as he gets up. Here you can shoot him as soon as his nod finishes, like that. Here you can shoot him as soon as he starts to launch his rocket, like that. If you do it fast enough, it'll look like he never even did anything. And then there, you just time it again with the little nod animation thing. And that's Camino. And now we're done with episode 2. Here I do Maul first. Maul is also RNG, unfortunately. We're going to do Geonosian Yoda and hopefully get Grievous. So I got him there. If you don't get Grievous, I would recommend reloading the level and trying to get him again. But yeah, you can just triple jump onto the bridge and then fly to the end of this room. Here, fly to about here and then do a triple jump onto this platform, and then another one here and another one up to the top, and then fly through here and end the room. Here we can just enter this cutscene. Triple jump onto this platform and then switch to Yoda and then Yoda fly over to Darth Maul. This Yoda fly isn't too difficult. It's pretty simple. And then switch to probably like Dooku. And then here we're gonna do 1P2C through this room. If you're really good, you can switch off of Dooku and to Droideka, and then back to Dooku and force the levers, but that's like really precise. But yeah, for the most part, just walk through the room on both players and force the levers. Here, wait until Darth Maul starts moving towards you, and then you can slash him. And then just wait right here in between these two black squares. Like that. And that'll set you up pretty much perfectly to force these at Darth Maul. And then here, as soon as you force that, drop in player 2. Because player 2 makes this fight go a lot faster. And then you just walk back and slash Darth Maul with the player he doesn't force up into the air. If you stand against the wall here, he usually won't attack you, which is pretty helpful. And then just kill him. Right here, make sure player 2 isn't in front of the Darth Maul door, because if they are, the door to Theed actually won't open. And then you can get Genoshan and Grievous. Yeah, the RNG is actually over now, so no more RNG on the character wheel for the rest of the run, thankfully. Here you don't need to triple jump, you can just jump up, and then usually R2 is 2 switches to the left, and sometimes 3 off of Genoshan, so just figure out where R2 is, and then you'll need him a couple more times in this level. Here, get to the button on Genoshan, and then drop R2 in, and move to the button on R2. And then drop out. It'll save quite a bit. And then, again, just fly, and if you remembered where R2 is, you should be able to switch to him pretty quickly here. And open the door. Okay, there's a... This room can be pretty tricky, and there's a precise triple jump at the end. But you want to triple jump up here, double jump up here, and then triple jump again over here. So that sequence can be kind of tough. And then you want to do another one up to this ledge. And avoid that button. And then if you hold, it's about down left, I would say, off of this ledge, and then do a pretty delayed triple jump, you should be able to get behind the door there, and then just enter from the back. And that'll skip quite a bit of that room. Here, get on this plant, and then triple jump up, and then do another triple jump. And you should get on top of the door. And then if you do one more triple jump, you'll go over the door. And you want to go just a little tiny bit forward, and then you should hit the loading zone. This level can be really difficult, so I'd recommend practicing it a lot. There's just a lot of precise triple jumps and out of bounds and stuff. There, you animation cancel on that statue. Should work out pretty well. Here, this is sort of a micro optimization, but it is pretty cool. If you stand right somewhere about here and triple jump, you actually get out of bounds. And then you can get up here and shoot this guy, and then fly and hold around down left. The reason this is faster is because it lets you move towards the second droid during the cutscene. Slightly. And then, again, we can just triple jump up, animation cancel to kill the droids. Like I said earlier, animation cancels are going to be useful pretty much anytime we're killing anything, or shooting anything, or breaking anything, so... being good at animation canceling and triple jumping is very important for this run. Here, just switch to Grievous before the level ends to character manage. Sometimes you'll get a really slow character like R2. It's still better to just walk to the door. But, yeah. And then Genoshin again. Make sure you don't walk into pod race. Here, just go over to these steps, get on this little ramp, and then triple jump up here. Another triple jump, another triple jump. Fly to the end. Here, you want to fly to just at the top of these steps, and then triple jump onto this. And then switch to Genoshin and fly this way. And then shoot the target and walk into the door. And again here, just fly over. A lot of this is just flying with Genoshin. Triple jump up here, and then right here, this triple jump can be very difficult. It's pretty hard to time. You want to get as much height as possible, and you want to switch to Genoshin specifically. But if you do it right, you should land and be able to get over this wall. And then once you get over the wall... Oh. Okay. That's an example of what not to do. I just kind of soft-locked myself, but you can get out of it with player 2. Yeah, don't do that. Again, just get onto the wall, and then Genoshin should land on it, and then you want to fly like that. And you should land somewhere around here, and then just walk right to the gate, and you'll fall down, and then you can enter. If you enter that loading zone from the back, you will spawn at the bottom of the map, which is really bad. Because there isn't really a way up. Here, just hit the button and keep holding forward. You'll move a little bit during the cutscene. And then animation cancel this and switch to Grievous before you fall into the grate. Or the hole, or whatever it is. And then that'll manage your characters for this. And again, just use Genoshin and Grievous again for this level. Here, just triple jump over like all the obstacles here. And then once you're at the top of them, just switch back to Genoshin. Get through this room very quickly. Here you can triple jump this gap. There, I failed it, missed the timing. Here, you can just use Grievous to get over all of this, and then once you're at the end, back to Genoshan. Jump all these gaps. Here, you want to get to the bottom right here, and then triple jump around this log. Triple jump up here to open this, and then go through the door. And now we can fly to the end here in the water. Again, right before you end the level, switch to Grievous. Just to character manage. And then Genoshan on player 1. Alright, last level, negotiations. Here, switch to force character, force that open, fly through this hallway. Get to this barrel specifically, walk into it with Genoshan, and then hold pretty much right, and then switch to Droidica. And if you time it right, you should clip through the wall. The angle can be pretty precise, but if you get it right, you'll clip through the wall, get to this corner, and then fly up, and then into this room specifically, and then just force this, fly through the blocks. So that'll skip most of that room. Here you want to, this can be precise, but you want to triple jump over the cutscene trigger. The trigger is pretty big, so just try your best to not get close to that little bottom area completely. And then you can just switch to TC-14, 3PO, whatever, and then end the run. So that's free play. I know there's a lot of stuff that I probably didn't explain too much, but just really practice the movement and the strats like animation canceling and triple jumping, and then just apply the strats I talked about in this tutorial run type thing, and you should be great. This category is pretty fun, and it's really fast paced, and it's pretty interesting. So yeah, I hope this helps. Yeah. Alright, cool. I'll just cut the highlight there. But yeah, that was my free play tutorial. Sorry if I didn't read chat, if anyone's still here. I know a few people showed up. I was making a free play tutorial.